What's up, stupid Gimps? Welcome back to another edition of HOGG Inside the Mind of a Gimp. Special edition today, Inside the Mind of a Survival Gimp. We're going to be talking about what makes a survival Gimp's brain so special and why the brain crumbles so easily under the pressure of grief. Now, to do that, we need to understand what makes a survival game appealing to the Gimp's brain. So, games in general are rewarding to a Gimp's brain when they offer you the feeling of progression. Now, progression comes in different forms. In a game like World of Warcraft, it comes in the form of an item. In a game like Call of Duty, it comes in the form of a rank. Or a fucking grip for your gun. I don't fucking know. In this game, in the survival games, it comes in the form of items and resources. Resources are what Gimps love in these types of games. Now, a Gimp's time is spent gathering resources. He knows for 100% certainty how much resources he can gather in a certain amount of time. And that's why the Gimp's brain loves these games. He knows that he can play for 10 minutes and gather 20 stones or whatever the fuck he wants to do. And it's a sure thing. He gets progression either way. And his time thereby becomes stored within the game as an item. So, knowing that, you can start to see why this game is going to be so good for a griefer. Because I can simply walk into somebody's base, given that I've put enough time into the game to have that ability, and I can take all their items, I can destroy everything they've worked for. So, to put this into more relatable terms, imagine you're playing World of Warcraft, and you get a crazy legendary drop. You know, you've been working for a week to get this legendary drop. And then you go into the next BG that you go into, that item gets stolen off of your body, and that's gone forever. So you just spent a week working for this item that now gets stolen by somebody like me. So I'm stealing directly these Gimps' time and energy, which is, it breaks the Gimp's mind. And we've seen some of the best grief reactions in this game out of any game that we've played. It's a nice little house.
Get up.
We got 6 people here. No, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna kill you.
Oh, you're what?
I already killed you once. You guys don't have anything I want. What do you guys
What?
got? 6, 7 players?
What level?
Why'd you do that?
What level are you?
Very high.
I don't know.
I'm in the 30s. Did I miss anything good here? No.
I don't know. You broke it all.
I just broke your boxes and left your bench. Hope you appreciate that.
What about the forge?
Oh yeah, I did break that. That's only 500 rocks, so that's easy.
Well, I mean, we've been here about an hour.
You got 6 people. I mean, you'll be back up in no time.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you enjoy fucking stealing from like an? Alright, it's cool, man. We'll be on our way.
No, you're good. Stay there. I'll be back next time, though. I'm what's called a griefer. I'll be back when you guys have something worth taking. The dynamic of this high stakes, direct conversion of time to progression type of environment breeds stronger and more pertinent archetypes within the Gimp's playstyles. So what you'll see is, to counteract in reaction to the griefers like me, you're going to get these clowns who think they're going to save the world. Now, we've had several of those on this particular server, and we've had Gimps. These guys, they do nothing but talk about us in chat. They haven't even seen us in the game. They probably haven't even killed one player because they're a PvE Gimp, and I'll get into that in a little bit more, a little bit later. But these PvE Gimps, they see injustices happening in the game because every time I grieve somebody, I say in chat, "Hog for life," or "Someone got griefed," so the whole server knows. And I mean, you can tell even if I don't say that because you see Gimps in chat saying "fuck Hog" and "I'm gonna quit this game" and all this kind of shit. So they see these things happening and they feel compelled to help. They feel compelled to try and be the hero archetype. So the hero archetype, he's here to save the day. He wants to vanquish the bad guys, and he wants to make an impact on the server. That's what it's about for a hero archetype. Is trying to make an impact. So he's gonna do whatever he can in chat to say, hey, help me find the hogs. I'll give you a reward. We've seen that a million times, 10 million times. Tell me where the hogs base is. I'll give you this and that. Incentivizing with, of course, items, which is the only form of currency that the Gimp will recognize in this game is, items, because that's what this game is all about for them, is items. And that's what they think we care about. We don't care about items. All we care about is destroying your progression and taking your items. So this whole video, all you're going to see me doing is destroying Gimp's base and taking their shit. So along with the hero archetype that I was talking about, you've got the caregiver. That's kind of like a hero, but it's more of like I want this environment that I'm in this case, the server, to flourish, and I want people to feel welcome, and I want people to feel safe. So you've got the hero who's going out trying to save people from me, trying to be more of like a preventative Gimp. He's trying to prevent me from doing harm to these Gimps. And then you've got the caregiver archetype Gimp who sees what I'm doing and he rushes to help, but not in a preventative way, not in a retribution way, but in a way like, hey, message me on Steam, you stupid fuck, and I'll help you out. I see you're about to quit the game. Message me in Steam and you can come build with me. Don't quit the server. That's what HOGG wants. Don't quit the server. If you quit, then they win. All this kind of shit. They're there to kind of take care of the wounded Gimps who are on the brink of leaving the server. And the caregiver Gimps and the hero Gimps, both of those archetypes, they recognize the damage that we're doing. It's undeniable. Even to their brain, they'll try to deny it publicly. You'll see them try to talk in chat like, oh, you're not doing anything, or I'm destroying your base, and all this other shit that doesn't matter at all. I mean, we had 5 or 6 bases on this server, and even if they destroyed all 5 of them, we've got, enough items to keep raiding without even stopping for 1 minute. So it didn't fucking matter. They're just wasting their time entirely trying to fulfill their psychological needs to be those archetypes. These hero Gimps and these caregiver Gimps, these are the fags who have been abused as a child, or they watched their dad just beat their mom every day and they always felt helpless. So they come and escape to this online world where they feel like they have some kind of power. And that's why a PvE Gimp would pick a PvP server. Because deep down, he's not going to be satisfied just blitzing to level 50 within a week. Just spending 13 hours a day playing and wasting his life and having his wife get mad at him because he's playing so much. He's willing to risk all that to play on a PvP server because deep down he wants to be that hero. He wants to be that caregiver. No, he wants to take care of other Gimps and he wants to try and defend the realm against the bad guys like the Hogs. So that all unfolded, to the T, to the textbook definition on this server, because we did such a great job of griefing a thorough and efficient rate that these Gimps literally would not stop talking about us in chat. Every single time I logged in, and these particular Gimps were on, the caregiver Gimps and the archetype faggots, they were talking about me in chat because what I was doing was having such a huge impact on the way that they played this game that they couldn't ignore it. Their Gimp broken shorted brains couldn't comprehend, you know, what was going on, and they had to just go with their gut reaction to that, which was trying to be the archetypes of caregiver and hero. So everywhere I went, these Gimps were chasing us. They were always trying to follow leads from other Gimps. Just, hey, give me his location. I'll try to find where he is. They tried to destroy some of our bases. It didn't slow us down for a minute. And their whole existence is just to try and kill us. It's a form of grief in its own right, because when you see how obsessed these guys become with HOGG, and they don't realize this. This is something they don't realize. The fact that they're thinking about us 24/7, 365. When this guy's not online, when these guys are not online, they're thinking about how much damage I'm doing to the server. And you can see that with when their in-game behaviors. They're so consumed by the grief that I'm committing on their perceived environment that they are themselves getting griefed, because they can't think or do anything but try and stop me. Even though I've never even seen these Gimps in game. Never even seen most of these Gimps in game. I've killed a few of them. There's a few caregiver Gimps that I've killed in game. But aside from that, this is all purely like tangential grief. This is grief that's bouncing off of the Gimps that I'm killing and onto these guys, because again, it's their environment that they see is crumbling, and they're in denial of the fact that I am killing their server. I'm destroying your server at a steady increasing rate, and you can't deny it. That's what they've been trying to do this entire time, is try to talk in chat like, oh, no, you're not killing the server. No, you're not making anybody leave. How do you know you're making anybody leave the server? And all this stupid bullshit. They're so fucking dumb. They're trying to convince themselves that we're not destroying the server. What's up, man? I think someone got into your base. Is this your base? Oh shit, what did I just drop? I can't hear him. What's up? I couldn't hear you.
Around here, or you from up north?
Yeah, I'm from around here.
Alright, well, nice to meet you. Yeah. Got irony?
What's up?
I was just trying to remember your name.
Oh.
Cool, that's cool. I like making
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see me around. You'll see me in chat.
Alright, sweet.
Oh my god, dude. Enjoy that shit. Oh man. You didn't even know. Holy fuck. That's good shit right there. You look at the server numbers from when we started playing, there was like 45 people on, it was pretty packed. That's the exact type of environment that we look for to try and destroy, because we have a good knowledge of a good range of numbers to work with. If we start out at 45, we want to get that down to about 20. If we can go to about 20 in a week, that's a massive success, because in 2 weeks, half of the life of a 30-day server, it's going to be pretty much dead, or just down to, the 3 or 4 guys that have absolutely no life and play 24/7. And these PvE Gimps, like I said, they're in such denial, they'll try anything they can say to deflect the grief off of themselves. But they were caught admitting it in the Discord server. So in an area, an environment that they thought was safe, where they didn't have to act, put on a show in front of me and they didn't think they had to try and convince me otherwise. They readily admitted that we were destroying the server at a very quick rate. This was all of the archetypal Gimps in here doing that. The hero archetype Gimps and the caregiver Gimps. They were, caught in Discord, openly admitting that we were destroying the server, along with several victims who we griefed massively. Also caught in Discord, trying to collude to get us kicked off the server. They've just gotten griefed out of their minds. And, none of them wanted to admit what was going on. But, for the fact that we've been doing this for 15 years, we knew the whole time. We can see through the Gimp's acts. Oh, you didn't, I didn't care about that base, dude. I just used that. I just left a few items there, dude. Yeah, I didn't care about that. No, you're a fucking retarded Gimp. We know exactly how much you valued that base. We know exactly how much time you spent putting into that base. We knew you spent fucking 3 days, 4 days with 5 guys gathering materials and building that fucking thing. And then I come along in 20 minutes and destroy the whole thing and get it on video, taking all your items on video. You can't deny it. You're a stupid fucking Gimp, and you're just one of 1,000. You're absolutely no different than the 1,000 Gimps that we've destroyed on 1,000 different games before this. We played the original Conan. We destroyed that game, Tyranny server, absolutely annihilated by us, and that was much harder to do than this game. This is a fucking soft game filled with soft Gimps. And overall, the grief level we experienced was one of the highest of all times, and that's because of the combination of the extreme softness of the Gimps and the extreme risk/reward playstyle of this game. The fact that I can just walk in your base and take everything, that's fucking... Most Gimps can't handle that when that actually happens, and they don't think it's going to happen. No Gimp thinks it's going to happen to them until they wake up and they're at that fucking spawn point, and then they try to remove their bracelet because they think it might be a bug, and they want to suicide, and they want to get back to their bed, and they don't go back to their bed, and then they know, and then they go in chat and they fucking yell, and they go on the forums and cry, and they go on Discord and cry to the admins like they've been crying to their parents their entire lives because they've never not had someone holding their hand because they're a soft fucking retard Gimps. 10 out of 10. This server got fucking raped, griefed. We enjoyed every second of it, and we're definitely going to be looking for an official server to grief so that we can maximize the grief potential, and we don't have to worry about soft fags crying to server admins to get us kicked off and change the rules. So 10 out of 10. We made the server admins change the rules to ban us. Awesome amount of grief mission accomplished. 10 out of 10. We got the server population down to 20 or lower within 6 days of playing. That was ahead of grief schedule, and that was grief objective number 2 accomplished. And grief objective number 3, get the whole fucking thing on video for you Gimps to witness in all of its glory. Try and deny it now, you stupid fucks. Hog for life.